We always wanted dad to be like this. We love our dad, we hate him. It's a kind of a love-hate relationship. So how your childhood was when you were studying?
I was fortunate to have a dad like I had. I was probably a very difficult child, never used to be studying well, and it was a bit of a everyday nuisance for my parents, and so they always used to tell me, you have brains, but you're not doing your work. My dad really loves me a lot. Of course, my mom loves me a lot. Every mom loves, their children, but dads is sometimes take a special place. When I realized that his love is so strong, it just turned me around, and I did a lot of things to make him proud. Even today, he would be really proud to see me here. He's no more, but yeah, it was phenomenal to see someone like that in front of us. He was from a very poor background himself, but he fought his way through, and by the time he died, he had 2 chemical companies, a school. He showed me the path of what an entrepreneur needs to be. He was not rich when I was younger. He became rich a bit later, but he showed the way. So yeah, that's it.
The reason why I asked Subhash Garu the question is, lots of students, when they want to become entrepreneurs, they see that I don't have a backing. And when you wanted to start your own journey, what was the discussion which happened, and what are the few tips that you offer to our students when they want to start their own company?
To start a company and to succeed in actually creating an enterprise, you really need to be solid in your foundations. Like Pawan sir said in the beginning, that you need to have your foundations very strong. So you need to be a leader in whatever you're doing. You got to be master of your own art, right? That's very, very important as a foundation. But starting a company and making it successful requires many, many people to help you. Okay? It's not like you just become successful by yourself. Okay? Investors have to come, people have to invest money into yourself, your friends need to help. So many things have to go right in order to succeed. So your character, your strength of purpose, your determination to succeed, all these things influence people around you to help you. Okay? And without that help, you cannot be successful.
You spoke about AI and the kind of papers, patents which you owned. Those days AI was not a common thing. And you just started your company and you got into listing on a stock market. The whole journey in few words. What's kind of a journey which you have faced?
Yeah, when I started Sensen in 2007, but prior to doing that, I had a very rich academic career. I studied at JNTU here in this same campus, and I did electrical and electronics engineering, triple E, they used to call it in those days. But before that, I actually tried to write MSET twice or thrice to get in, okay? Because the competition is very high. I couldn't get in. I did Bachelor of Arts and failed in that as well in first year. So there's a bit of a checkered trajectory to get to JNTU. But by that time, I got motivated enough to do well. So I went on to do a PhD in Queensland University of Technology. In fact, I did exactly in the field Pawan was in, where it was in aerospace and electronic systems. Then went to Harvard University to do robotics. So it was a very, very high profile academic career. My entrepreneurship was really to follow the footsteps of my dad, who really broke all the barriers to become an entrepreneur. So when you think about that, in those days, what we found was all this technology that was being applied in defense was not getting into consumer space. So I wanted to move that technology there. In those days, AI, IoT, cloud, those terms didn't exist. Okay? AI was there as an academic thing, like you could buy, like some lecture used to be there on AI, but AI was a bad word. Like nobody would respect you if you said you were doing AI. Okay?
Every college has AI branch now.
Yeah, it's extraordinary to see after 20 years of we doing that it has become mainstream. In those days, everybody would say, crazy, nobody should do AI. But anyway, we stuck to the vision, and we built a company that takes data from cameras, like all the CCTV cameras and video cameras and sensors, and we convert it as if human is looking at it. Right? We convert it to data from video. So that's the whole company about. And today it's mainstream major company that solves problems that are never solved by anyone before. We are in Australia, Singapore, US, Canada, and we're still growing. So.
How many students want to do their own startup here?
That's a good number.
So if someone comes and says that I have an idea in AI or robotics, what it takes for you to invest in their company? How many people want to get investments here? So I'm trying to put him in a soup here, but it's... Yeah,
very good.
Okay.
If you're trying to do something in AI, it is definitely a hot field. A lot is happening in that space. Robotics especially is a huge opportunity. And in order to really get investment, not only from me, anybody else who wants to invest, you got to first identify what problem you are trying to solve, what business problem you are trying to solve. Why would you like to build a robot? Why would somebody buy that product that you're trying to build, right? And once you have that clear concept, you have to first build a prototype, okay? You got to be able to show what your idea actually means. And also you got to prove the concept in a business sense, like just doing some novel thing, you can always do in a textbook, you can do in a research paper or something. But you have to do a commercial POC or a commercial prototype where people need to buy it, okay? So you got to come to that point with a bit of your own investment and a bit of your friends and family support, then people will invest in your startup.
Awesome. Now I'll take a couple of questions. I request one of the volunteers to pass on an extra mic. Anyone wants to ask one? Yeah, the lady. Stand. Yeah. Can you pass on a mic, please? I request the sound team. To the lady in the back, in the central row. Yeah. Come forward. Amma, Mundukura. Yeah, pass it on. Good to see a calm audience, actually. I know.
Hello sir, I am Tanushree. I am from Kids Warangal.
So you traveled from Warangal to listen to sir?
Yes sir.
Give a big round of applause to someone. Awesome. Yeah, Tanushree.
So my question is, what is the biggest learning in your journey, sir? Your biggest learning? Yes. In the journey of AI.
My biggest learning is to identify a really big problem and think big and stick to it. For me, it took me 15 years to build a company that is today a brand leader in that space, right? So the biggest learning is pick a really big problem to solve and stick with it for a long time. You're going to have a lot of ups and downs. You'll run out of money. Your staff will leave you. Lots of things can go wrong. And sticking with your vision consistently will lead to success. That's my biggest learning.
Thank you sir, all the best.
Anyone? There's too many hands raising. Yeah, I'll see this guy. Yeah. Come. Guys, introduce yourself here. Become popular. Get some Instagram followers.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Konja gatti. Now work, sir. A college.
Kummari Pratap Reddy.
KPRIT. Katke, sir. Okay. Today we have 103 colleges, sir. 103 individual colleges students are here. Yeah.
So, in my point of view, a real entrepreneur should be little bit commercial, but he should be more oriented to solving problems. Like I get many ideas, but there were no fundings for that. So there was one idea which came in Shark Tank. But I was so thrilled that the person, there were two persons, me and him. He got the same idea, but I don't have fundings. So he had fundings, so he could did it. So I would ask that a person should be commercial to become entrepreneur, or he should be oriented to the problems to solve in the national.
Both will work, but if you are a problem solver, you need to find a commercial partner. Okay? Always you need other people. That's why I told you, entrepreneurship is not a one-person job. It's like a lot of people need to come to help you. Like when I started my company, I needed funding just like you. And a friend here, Ajay Kumar, is sitting here. He actually introduced me to G.V. Prasad, who is the Reddy Lab CEO and chairman, and said, he wants to start a company, and I had to impress them. And he made a small seed investment at the time. It's very small, but it gave me so much encouragement that I could go on to build this whole company. So your passion need to come through, and that passion should bring other people to join your journey. Because, as I said, today we have like 250 employees, approximately 200 plus employees, but maybe 20, 30 scientists or PhDs themselves. Why would somebody choose to work with you? They choose to work with you for your passion. So money is not necessary as a starting point, but your passion is. And if you're passionate, then other people will join you. So you don't need to, you can be a commercial person and want to do a business, then you go partner with a technical person. A technical person should go partner with a commercial person. So this forming your network that supports you is critical for a success.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Karthik from Siddhartha Degree College. And my question is, what was the lowest phase in your journey and what were the hurdles you faced and how did you face it?
My lowest point in the journey and the hurdles we faced, is that question? My lowest point, I guess, was I ran out of money. So here is how it goes. You go to some investors and you raise money. They say, how much money do you need? And we come up with a business plan and we say, okay, we need maybe $1 million or $10 million or whatever the number is. What happens normally is you underestimate the amount of money you need. So you run out of the money. Okay? When you run out of the money, your best employees leave you because people won't work for free. Okay? So the lowest point really was, how do you handle your situation when you're running out of money? And how do you keep interest of all employees and the people who want to back you to still back you when you're going through a tough time, okay?
Awesome. With the interest of time, sir will be around, Deepak and others. You can always meet offline, and that's about the networking. You should go out and talk to him. And we have an idea stage, pitch your idea to him. Who knows, you might get lucky. So, I thank you. You spent a lot of time. I know we made you wait. Let's give a big round of applause and a small felicitation to Subhash Garu from our team. I request the team to join.